Come along with me on this epic adventure across the Rubicon Trail. Here we go. This is fun, this is fun, this is fun, this is fun.
For those who don't know me, I'm Matson with MetalCloak. This here is Scott, MetalCloak, Modern Jeeper Adventures. We really appreciate you being here at the second ever Modern Jeeper Adventures event. Yeah, Rubicon Trail, let's hear it.
Howdy, I'm Jason Lewis, and you are coming with me on this amazing trip.
Okay, this is my co-pilot, Joe. Joe, and you're gonna get used to Joe because we're gonna be trapped in the Jeep together. Yeah.
And we are heading out to experience the world's most iconic Jeep destination. Look, all of us are taking the picture at the Rubicon Trail. Yeah, we're here.
We're just airing down. We're at the trailhead of the Rubicon Trail. And I have to I'm walking away just for a minute because I want to take a minute to settle down. I'm very excited and nervous.
It's a rock crawl. It is not a race. Your lockers are your friends, only for about 30 seconds. You don't want to drive with your lockers on. It's very hard on the parts of your vehicle. So if you need a locker, use it, and as soon as you're done with that section, turn that locker off.
It's nerve-wracking, to think, okay, you're gonna put your driving skills to the test, and you gotta rely on the guy in front of you and take care of the person behind you wherever, and it's just a lot going on.
There's a lot of traction out here. Places where we'll get hung up, where one tire will start to slip, those are those spots where we definitely need the lockers on. But for the majority of the time, man, one rear wheel turning, one front wheel turning, 4 low is gonna be the nature of our day.
Remember that the section of trail that we're doing is a total of 12 miles in 2 days. We're gonna be doing about 8 miles today.
Nice and slow, pay attention to the rocks in front of you, know where your differentials are at, try not to get hung up in the rocks. We'll be good to go.
I want to encourage all of you guys out there to go find your adventure and go do it, and then remember to just take a breath, just accept the moment, just acknowledge the fact I'm just airing down my tires on my Jeep at the head of the Rubicon Trail, and that's amazing. I'm a very lucky dude, so whew.
You ready? I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, I think I'm ready. I'm not ready, but I think I'm ready.
Okay, officially 4 low on the Rubicon.
It's time to do it.
We're gonna do something. It's like this for me on any car adventure I do. Like I did the Bondurant school. That first few laps, it was, oh my gosh, what do I do? I forgot how to drive, and now I'm like, then it takes a few, and you're fine. Then you're fine. So we dropped in behind Corey and Jesse in the yellow MetalCloak JK and headed out of the Loon Lake staging area and on to the first set of rock slabs towards Walker Hill. Here is where you get that first view of the epic scenery that defines the Rubicon Trail. So this is our lives for the next couple days?
Yeah, this is awesome. This is fun. This is good stuff. That's what life's all about.
I have to, this is all new, so I have to figure out, I'm spoiled that most of the time I'm on the trail, I'm alone. And now, there are worse things to see than a lineup of Jeeps in front of you.
Yes. I get.
This.
Yeah.
I see a Jeep bouncing up there and dust kicking up, so that means...
So he's getting over an entry point.
There's a thing, yeah. And that thing would be the rock garden leading up to the Gatekeeper. How am I looking over there?
Yeah, you're looking good. You're gonna come down. Now you got room.
Oh, look at that little boulder on our left there.
Yeah, that's a window catcher.
The actual obstacle called Gatekeeper got blown up a few years ago to help with erosion on the trail, but this rock garden commands your attention. Plus, this is where I learned a valuable lesson on how to run in a large group. Yep, I just smashed my front diff into a rock. The lesson here is to give yourself a bit of room from the Jeep in front of you when things get technical, because it's easy to lose sight of these important bits of trail that can come up and bite ya.
Well, those skids are working.
Yeah.
Camera's still attached.
Oh, I forgot about that camera hanging out there. All right, so he went straight and then did a 3-point to get back over to that angle. So. Yeah, you're not going to touch that rock. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I see what he was doing. He didn't want to cut. There's a big stump sticking out right here.
Okay.
And I think that's why he kind of went in straighter and then.
Am I going to miss this stump?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You're clear all the way.
Oh, cool.
Yep. You're good all the way. Maybe he just didn't cut it in tight enough.
Okay.
We're on the Rubicon.
We're on the Rubicon. This stuff is actually happening. And you know what's cool is that I didn't even realize when the transition happened. It was all of a sudden there's an obstacle. Time to get over the obstacle. Time to start driving.
We're in the non-stop obstacle right now. Part of it.
Oh, this is so great. Oh man, it just hit me. It just hit me. We're doing it. We're doing the Rubicon.
Yep.
Once past the Gatekeeper, things open up a bit and you get out on the granite slab.
That looked way worse than that actually felt.
Child's play.
There are a bunch of shelves, and it was kind of cool to be able to watch some of the other Jeepers work their way through these. We took a moment and regrouped here, and I looked under the Jeep to assess my driving performance so far. We installed these skid plates at MetalCloak yesterday, and thank goodness, because I've clanked them a bunch of times already. Here's a look at that front diff I smashed into a rock earlier. I'm glad to have swapped in that heavy-duty cover. Another solid upgrade. Once the group was back together, we saddled up and headed across the Granite Bowl.
This is the quintessential Rubicon Trail pick.
Yeah.
Of this spot.
This is the spot, yeah.
This big granite, I don't know what face or whatever they call it. The thing that just gives me pause on this is a county road.
That's right.
And unmaintained, I mean, you can see in this section, they have the reflectors, so you know what part of the road to be on.
Yeah.
And like that part we just went through, that's a county road.
This section is just flat out fun. Nothing really difficult or scary. And being out in the open like this gives you such an epic scope to the beauty of this area. Your only job is to just pick good lines through the obstacles and drag the edges of your Jeep as little as possible. Things start to tighten up a bit as you drive off the granite and back into the trees. And it doesn't take long to realize that when you see dudes standing on an obstacle trying to tell you what to do, listen to them. Those are your spotters, and one of the many benefits of going on an organized trip like this.
There you go, nice.
Keep going. Good job.
Perfect. Doesn't get any prettier than that.
Coming down.
We're just now to, well, we're about 2 hours from Rubicon Springs. Came through some pretty difficult stuff. We're just now at the spillway at what's called Buck Island area. We're not to the big sluice yet. We've got some pretty difficult stuff still ahead of us. We're gonna go up a little bit more before we start dropping down into main camp. It's a little after 5. We had hoped to be in camp about 6. We're probably not going to be there till about 7:30 or 8. I've been on the radio with the kitchen though. They're holding tri-tips for us, so it's all good. It's all part of the experience. We, you know, in the best situations, we hope to be into camp by 6.
Yeah.
That usually isn't the case in how things go. Everybody's pretty diverse in their driving skills and their capabilities, so yeah, it's all part of it. It's all part of the adventure side of it.
Let's talk about this here. Tell me what happened. That last section got a little gnarly,
Oh yeah, it was super tight coming up, and then there was a drop off on the right, and got bounced into the wall, and then backed it up and bounced out to the outside, and got out and saw the carnage. Nothing
That's
too
not
serious.
bad.
but
That's just plastic, really, right?
just well,
little nick.
little racing's rubbing's racing action. So
Not bad.
no big deal, I guess. It's a Jeep, right?
We're heading down to Big Sluice, is what we're
Big
heading?
Sluice, yep. This is apparently where it gets tough.
I don't like to hear that. I mean, I'm having fun and all, but jeez, it's an interesting.
I now understand when people have done this and they say that it's like it doesn't stop.
It is fairly relentless.
Yeah, yeah.
But, by the way, what's on the other end of this?
A rock.
Okay, good thing. My side was pretty good drop there.
We're coming, Jeremy. I got you in sight.
But this is legit.
We'll wait just a few seconds.
This looks fun.
So for fun, I'm gonna hold this as we go up, and we'll see how far on camera it tilts.
We get down to the campground
To give some relation.
Yeah.
Service restrooms. You kind of get the tree going right through that.
This is not made up.
I'm still learning this manual transmission thing.
No stop.
That's pretty good.
I gotta stop that.
What you got? At the front of the trail, Scott, did you turn left or right?
I literally grabbed this to grab it, and I'm like, this is the door handle. I don't want to open that door.
You're about to get out.
That was my subconscious going, no, go.
What's happening right there?
Yeah, it's okay. You're good. You see it now? Yeah, you got that. There'll be a clunk at the end.
There is a massive clunk at the end, okay. How am I on your side?
You wanna, yeah, you're gonna come off the,
Yeah, it just makes it a little more difficult.
You're coming down.
tires with, but you should be alright.
yeah, there we go.
Thank you.
I'm not getting out because I'm worried about your driving.
Yeah.
It's like a 7-foot drop right there.
I just looked down and saw that. That's serious.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Joe just got out to shoot a little bit of footage of me going up this. Looks like a tricky little place here. Nothing that we haven't done already 100 times, or at least a dozen times for sure. And so I got to thank him a bunch. I didn't actually intend for him to be shooting all this external footage,
What do you
but
think
I'm glad
about
he
the
is. So
path to the
thanks.
right-hand side of
Thanks,
where
Joe.
you just went?
This little climb and turn obstacle doesn't look like much, but it proved tricky for some. Here's Jesse making it look easy in the JKU. Corey got out and helped spot the rest of us with his broken foot and all. What's fascinating to me is that this is a game of inches. A little to the left or right, and each hill climb goes dramatically differently.
Here we go.
Lockers on, yeah?
Yes.
That was a lot of fun.
Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Climb, climb, climb. Keep climbing, keep climbing, keep climbing. Keep going straight, straight, straight. Now turn up, uphill. There you go, just like that. Just keep driving. Drive it,
Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh yeah. Thank you. Oh, that was pure luck, but I'll take it.
There you go. Now go back. Now you're out.
And then there's this kind of drama. I'd like to point out the only person in the area that didn't big sluice in their pants when this happened was Corey. Yeah, we all jumped, and he was standing right next to that thing and didn't budge.
That's just tired.
Cloakworks Scott assessed the damage,
That's a very large hole in the sidewall.
and while a bunch of dudes jumped right into the mix to help swap the spare on, the rest of the group made their way up the little obstacle.
There you go. One more driver.
What's up?
Nice work.
Thank you. It helped turning the locker on.
Yeah, it always does.
Yeah.
It was time to aim the Jeeps downhill for a bit, and the very first drop got my attention.
Huh. That felt like that was gonna be scary. It was kind of scary. Yeah, it's just like falling off a rock, no big deal.
Your wife is right behind you.
I've done that a few times.
Now we had to kick in the afterburners. The sun was getting low, and there was still some serious business left to deal with.
So we're just about to enter the hard stuff on Big Sluice.
Thank you.
It's legit. I'm using that word a lot. Thank you, Donnie. I work with a guy named Donnie.
Okay.
It says legit.
Legit. Well, we're bringing back legit for you now.
We're bringing it back.
What are we supposed to do with that?
Put a tire on it.
Okay, great.
That's what I'd do.
Very helpful.
I wouldn't try to put my diff on it.
It doesn't look like there's a lot of options otherwise.
Holy smokes. feel like we just folded through there like cake batter.
This is getting crazy, and especially with the traffic jam, this feels nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think that boulder is the size of a Honda Civic?
I think I'd say like a Mini Cooper.
Yeah, Mini Cooper. Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, that was close. That was close. And that was above the rocker guard. That was going to be all door.
Oh, wow. I don't know if I mentioned this on camera. This was a county road.
Yeah, I think you might have 100 times.
I know. I just can't believe it.
Driving through water meant we were finally at the bottom of Big Sluice and starting our final push into Rubicon Springs. There's the famous Rubicon River Steel Bridge, hi goodbye, but don't even think for a second that you get to take it easy on this last stretch. There's the Squeeze Rock, think thin, and even when you get to the campgrounds, there are sections of trail you'll still need your lockers to get through. And finally, we landed our campsite.
That was an intense day.
Yes, it was. Hey, thank you very much.
My pleasure. I loved it.
Question. What time is it right now?
I'm betting 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, 9.
We got a 9 o'clock from our neighbors down there. So we rolled into camp about what, 8:15, 8:30?
Yeah.
And after a pretty long day, we haven't even eaten dinner yet.
Nope.
We got a couple of beers.
We got a hike.
Cheers.
We got a hike a couple hundred yards on a trail that ripped out your brake line.
Yeah. Well, that was an end of the day brake fade, or brain fade.
Yeah.
And I did. So I got a brake line to fix tomorrow. But we got our tent set up.
It is good to sit down, brother.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
We were sitting all day, but it's different to sit in a nice chair, cold beer.
Yes. And listen to that. We're right up against the water. It's gorgeous. We're gonna go get some food. And try to get some sleep. Drink a lot of beer though.
Yep. Hell of a day.
Thanks, man.
Good morning. Day 2. Today's a rest, relaxation, fun day, but it's also going to be a wrenching day. What an intense and an amazing experience so far. Yesterday was just almost non-stop, paying attention, wheeling hard, hearing things that you just have never heard before in your Jeep, like metal and rocks and just things that the calibration, the learning process in my head is just absolutely going into overdrive mode. Now we'll get over there. I got a decent night's sleep, just listening to that river right there. That was nice. So we'll get down there, get that brake line fixed, and then have some fun doing some shenanigans today. I parked the Jeep up on a rock and did a quick walk around to assess some of the new battle scars I earned yesterday. All of my MetalCloak rock rails and fenders did their job, keeping the Jeep safe and taking the abuse in stride. These were brand new skid plates. Check out all of the fresh autographs from the Rubicon Trail. Now it's time to dig in and figure out what's wrong. And after removing the flare nut on the hardline, it was pretty easy to see where the leak was coming from.
I'm Scott. I run Cloakworks 4x4 install division for MetalCloak.
So I called in the big guns.
Yep.
He's here to help. And what do we got here? What's your plan of attack?
We're gonna reflare the brake lines. We can get some brakes back, and then we should be good. Everything should be good. A lot of the sway bar links, they stick through a little too far. If you cut off the excess right at the nut, it basically usually won't grab it. The other thing is we've done in the past is there's a hole here in the top. On my Jeep, I pulled the line up over the top, dropped it through, and brought the line up underneath.
Oh, I like that.
Gets it out of the way, makes it work better.
This is teamwork at its finest right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it some clearance. I pulled it up on top of the frame, and and then move this back, because the sway bar can come up and clip this if you really get a ton of flex. So for now, just to be safe, we'll move it back there.
So then we just bleed them and call it good?
Yep. Pump it up. Got it?
Thank you.
No problem.
Very much.
No problem
I
at all.
appreciate it. Fixed the brake line. Should be pretty good there. Now, downloading footage from yesterday. It was just too late last night. I was too tired. So doing a little bit of work. This is my office today. I want to do this a lot more.
Yeah,
Joe, should we do some more adventures?
It's a great office.
Yeah, we should do this. More of this.
We're going to the Stone House. We're up on the Rubicon Trail. We're headed over to the Stone House, and then we're going to where the cliff jumping is.
Are those two separate locations?
Two separate areas.
I was
very
led to
close to each
believe
other.
at the comfortable spot where we were drinking beers on the river that this might have been a single location.
It's very close to each other, but it's not my fault that you didn't bring anything with you.
All right.
1940s cabin.
3, 2, 1.
I'm not jumping in that. I'm scared standing right here.
Come get closer.
Come get closer, he says. It's better. We're good right here. I like the I won't push you with the camera in your hand stipulation.
You don't want to jump there.
Alright, what do we got here? Steering for me.
Feeling pretty relaxed right now. Having a nice time, relaxing on the Rubicon Trail, enjoying the water, new friends. It's good.
Today should be a pretty easy day, except for Cadillac Hill is going to be one of the biggest challenges. Of course, easy is in the eye of the beholder, so we're really excited to get out there, get on the trail, get back to Tahoe, but I'm sad to leave. So pretty out.
What are we doing?
Walking to breakfast.
So this is our the routine.
Good morning, how are you?
Very good. May I get some coffee, please?
You may.
Smells delicious.
Yep, coffee, it'll get no better.
Well, we're on the trail.
That we are.
Oh, we're a lot quieter this morning, aren't we? On camera. We're tired. Even our rest day was, you know, like
it was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work. We hiked around and had some fun,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
drank a bunch of beers last night. Had a nice night. And now we're just kind of forming up as a group. We seem to be like what, third Jeep from the end of the group, so we're at the tail end of this shindig, getting out of here, and just getting out of the campground is just get your attention right back into this. I mean, this is pretty much
It is gruesome.
yeah, the theme of the Rubicon is that it's just relentless of just paying attention and having to actually off-road or wheel. So
yeah,
welcome to right back into the jungle. Here we are. Yeehaw! Starting Cadillac Hill. part's not so bad, so something must be up here. And that's sounds like the name of the game on Cadillac Hill is just keep calm. There's a bunch of off-camber stuff.
Hard passenger. Keep it hard passenger.
There you go. Thank you. Listen to your spotters. I still got to get used to that sound.
How'd that feel?
That was a little gnarly.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I guess we're gonna do that. This off-camera stuff is scary. I just don't know how far.
Right ahead. Right ahead. Out right a little bit.
Thanks, God. That looked way harder.
Copy that. We're down.
Whew. Probably should have backed off on that one, but I stayed in it. Felt like it might have hooked, and it did. So I kind of got lucky. But I'll take it. Woo! This is a thing right here. Hop in. You were doing it. Woo! All right.
You've got, okay, you're gonna be, okay, I'll let you know when you've cleared it. You cleared it. Yep.
I thought you said I cleared it.
Well, I did. I did actually say that.
I am learning a lesson about your...
that was not probably the best timing.
Hey Jeremiah, this is Jason. Are we still on Cadillac Hill way back here in the tail?
No, you guys have cleared it all and everything. You're just coming up the rest of the hill.
Nice, all right. I was just still braced for more, but I love it. So we have done Cadillac Hill, love it.
Hey Jason, you copy this, Scott?
Go for Jason.
Well, you still have Diablo Crack and Fender Cruncher.
Someone help me out here. He's got my ticket right now. It's killing me. Is that true?
Only good actuator.
They're killing me.
He is pulling your leg. Everything from here is easy.
Oh, Jesus.
Diablo Crack?
Case
Who
in
was going to
point.
make a joke about that?
There's Cadillac, the end of Cadillac. We're at observation point. We made it. How'd it go?
You know, I think we did pretty darn good. A lot of people learned to be cohesive and with the group, and I think it made for a really nice trail run, and I think everybody had a really good time.
I could vote for that. I had a good time.
And even though you did pose yourself up on this rock to show off to everybody how awesome you are, total mall crawler.
Not my fault.
I don't
Spotted
know.
by this
He's
guy.
like, Scott, where's the biggest rock I can get on?
Not true.
It is
That's
true.
so true.
So true.
Jason parked on everything we saw,
Every
trying
time
to
we
show
come
off
into
how
a
cool
spot,
he
he'd
was.
pull up on a rock, flex out, and say,
This
yo,
is
This is not true. The
Oh my
Jason
God.
wanted
check
to
out
go
my
more than
flex, bro.
anybody.
Bye. Nice meeting you. If we don't see you again, see ya. This was kind of radical. There's no other word that describes it. Awesome. Bye, guys.
Jesse, high five. Nice job, Corey. Thank you.
Take care. Good wheeling with you. Good wheeling with you, Jason. All right. See you next time.
If I could only use one word to describe the Rubicon Trail, it would be relentless. You have to drive every inch of it, and that makes it perfect. There was so much learning, and Joe and I had a blast over the last few days.
Joe, you hanging in there?
I'm doing great.
Thanks so much for watching this adventure. Please subscribe to the AutoEdits YouTube channel for more great content. I will follow up this video with a comprehensive walk around of the Jeep and show just how impactful this trail can be on your rig. So, check back soon.
Until next time, enjoy your drive.